Cosa hai comprato?
Quite a bit of work to do.
Questi sono licheni che hanno visto Napoleone. Sì.
Stairs look nice and safe.
But the maggot invasion will be over.
Yeah. After the snakes.
We are back at this beautiful villa. You might remember it from another past episode of Renovating a Ruin, where I took you inside and showed you all the frescoes, all the rooms, and they are well into the work that has to be done on the roof.
1577.
So last time I featured this property, which belongs to Guido's father, I explained that Guido is handling the project management and renovations, and their family is looking for someone to rent this villa and the restaurant and the cottage beside it at an incredibly low price that is equivalent to what you could pay for some flats in a city in Italy, and also run any business they choose, taking 100% of the profits. Thank you so much for your interest. Guido got many emails, but he didn't respond to anyone.
I have to apologize with your followers and to everybody that wrote, because I intentionally didn't answer yet because we had delays on the roof for bureaucratic issues. So as you can see, we are still in the process of finishing the work of the roof, and then we have to still start any project for the small cottage, but it seems that it can become something very cute, and we are still dealing with the restaurant to understand how to find the next strategy for them, and eventually a way for someone new to come in. So I didn't answer on purpose because actually we have not yet a time schedule, a proper time schedule, and a cost schedule for what might be the cost of coming in the restaurant.
Okay. Of course, I was worried that none of you had received a response. I thought, oh, these poor people who would just keep writing and writing to him. But Guido said, this is actually a good test, because if someone thinks they're ready to live in Italy, but then can't wait a few months for him to respond, it means they're not ready to deal with what it's really like living in Italy. And I guess he's right. The villa itself is in beautiful condition, full of antique furniture and fully functioning electricity and plumbing, and just needs the roof repaired. Beside the villa, you might remember this little stone cottage. We came this week to meet with a surveyor and builders to get a quote on how much it will cost to completely renovate this little house, which has only been lived in by cats for the past decade or so. I thought it might be interesting for you to follow because this size house is realistically what most foreigners might consider if buying a rundown property in Italy. It's very easy to look at a big 4-story villa and think, amazing, I'd love that space. But as you've probably seen in chateaus in France and I don't know, some manors in England, for example, people can literally go bankrupt if they're trying to maintain a house of that size, a property of that size. They just suck so much money just for maintenance, not to do any sort of anything fancy, just literally to make the house livable. So with something the size of this cottage, I think it's often more exciting because it's really manageable, the size. It's just 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 kitchen, but it's doable. You know, you can do a renovation like this and not just run out of money just simply replacing the windows or something kind of fundamental like that.
Costruisce solo questa stecchina qui.
Impegnativo questo progetto?
No, è una ristrutturazione, diciamo, normale.
La stufa funzionerebbe ancora, sì. Questa stufa qua.
Questa sì. Dovrebbe funzionare.
È una stufa legna semplicissima.
È bellina, no? Anche quella di sopra è molto bellina.
Questa è da risistemare.
Il camino, c'è
Una c'è
il
nel camino.
C'è il camino per bellezza. No?
Possiamo prendere noi la stufa?
Sì, sì, certo.
La portiamo a casa?
Noi abbiamo bisogno di essere grattati.
Sì. No, ma questa
È di Ghisa?
sì, amore, ma questa non viene ristrutturato, però non so quanto magari c'è casa che ti costi più ristrutturare questo, ora non ho idea io.
Here we have the first floor
With 2 bedrooms.
with, the staircase, 2 bedrooms, and the bathroom.
Because if you do the sitting room here, you could do 2 bedrooms.
Yeah. Or to have like a study, you know, like a
Yes.
nice place with a desk and something, and then. What would you do with these 2 rooms upstairs? The reason I was thinking of it as a study is that the only access to the end bedroom is via the first room, and if the person renting this property was running workshops or stays in the villa or the restaurant next door, they might need a little office. So I'm quite excited because, I mean, just look at this. There's so much potential. Unlike the Polaio, the chicken coop, this cottage was once a house, so the permits are completely different. And fortunately, that means that we can do a straight renovation here without having to tear it down and do a rebuild like we're doing for the chicken coop. The reason for doing all these different projects all at once and back when we were so stressed out trying to organize a wedding at the same time is because in Italy this year there are incredible incentives for doing renovations. So you can get sometimes 50 or 70% back, which means that there is never going to be a more cost-effective time to do renovations than right now. Quite a bit of work to do.
Come fosse
La lingua può sbagliare, li può caricare troppo.
We just found out that we have also bell.
A bell?
E questi sono licheni che hanno visto Napoleone.
Sì.
They're repairing the roof, reusing the original terracotta tiles, but with some modern ones in the damaged areas. It's just incredible the difference in these antique tiles that are each made by hand and hence slightly irregular, with the modern manufactured ones that are all identical. Look at the new roof of the neighbour compared with the roof of the villa. For me, there is no comparison. The antique tiles have so much soul. The surveyor, the young guy up on the roof with us managing the roof renovation, said the modern tiles cost about €2 each, while these original tiles, if you wanted to buy them, would be prohibitively expensive, which is why, unfortunately, most opt for the modern manufactured ones.
30-40 euro costa.
Wow. Più o meno quanto ci vuole per rifare tutto questo tetto? Quante...
Quanto tempo ci vuole?
Sì, quante settimane?
Ci vorranno ancora altre 3 settimane, 4 settimane.
Quindi in totale 2 mesi?
Più o meno, sì. Questi sono coppie e tegole originali
Sì.
che vanno mantenuti, quindi si riutilizzano.
È più difficile utilizzare...
Sono più irregolari,
Sì.
non hanno le forme regolari di quelle nuove.
Perché sono fatte a mano, no?
Sono fatte tutte a mano, sì.
Wow.
Sì. Quindi, insomma, è proprio la caratteristica delle ville, le caratteristiche delle case antiche. Diciamo, qui non si acquista materiale nuovo e quindi c'è solo manodopera. Ci vuole un po' più tempo queste per montarle perché sono irregolari, le altre sono regolari, ci si mette un po' meno tempo.
Oh, way down.
C'è un ingegnere che può fare un salto per vedere.
Cosa sono questi?
Queste sono le staffe della doccia.
Ah, wow.
Vedi, ci sono quelli che hanno cambiato tutti i chiodi fatti a mano.
Questi sono...
Lui dice sono del 700.
Ma voglia, il tetto questo non è stato più rifatto, Guido. Sicché vedrai, la
Fammi
casa
vedere?
è dei primi del 700,
Sì?
Ma io penso di sì. 750 è stato fatto il tetto. Prima dell'800, perché a 200 anni no, sono tutti fatti a mano. Vedi, i capi, le teste, non ce n'è una uguale a quell'altra.
I love this house so much. House, villa. I wish we could live here. It's just too far from Guido's work and the other farms of the family that he has to take care of, but oh my gosh, it's just, there's something about frescoes and the high ceilings. It's just such a dream.
Ma sono riuscito in vedere. Che praticamente ora non inizia, ora però sotto inizio pure a mandare. No.
Stairs look nice and safe.
Qui bisogna venire a tirare fuori ogni cosa e questa è l'occasione per farlo.
Sì.
Perché non si rifarà mai più. Io qui questa soffitta non ci metterò mai più.
Even that bucket is lovely. I
Se
mean,
vuoi un bucket, tieni. Questo qui.
è bello. Ah, quello che cos'è? What that beautiful, what is it? Con I piedini, a destra. A destra, amore.
Questo è un portavaso che è rotto.
No, behind, that thing there, with the handles and the feet.
Non lo so, sembra una stufa.
È bellissimo, no?
No, una stufa no.
Look at all the little details in it. Can you think of what this could be used for? I was thinking perhaps it could be an umbrella stand, an umbrella holder, no? Next, we went back to the farm, which so many of you are familiar with by now. We're kind of living here most of the time. We live between this farmhouse and the apartment that we were living in Florence. We have to live between the two for Guido's work, but I guess the idea is that if we were to have a family, that we would be living here full time. So that's the plan. Grazie, amore.
Prego, quasi. There you go.
Aspetta. Guardami. Guarda. You look pretty with little flowers in your hair.
Oh.
The other day, Guido's mother, who is English-Swedish but has lived in Tuscany for about 50 years, took me to a little village just near Florence called Montelupo. Montelupo is historically acclaimed for ceramics and even has a museum celebrating the history of ceramics here. It houses collections of ancient painted and glazed ceramics from over 8 centuries. Since the 13th century, this little town was not just one of the most important producers of ceramics in Italy, but in the whole of the Mediterranean basin. The laboratory or warehouse Guido's mother has always bought ceramics from is just a bit outside the historic centre of Montelupo and is now by appointment only, so you need to call before going. But they do sell online and ship overseas, so I'll put a link to their site in the description box under this video because I'm certain that someone out there will fall in love with these ceramics as much as I did. As you know, I'm always filming close-ups of crockery in my cooking episodes, so I chose a few pieces that I can use in my work to provide some colour and detail for you to enjoy in the background.
Cosa hai comprato? Facci vedere.
It's like Christmas in September.
But you bought it.
Sì. But it
Where did you buy it?
from that place, Posto Storico. Fortunately, Guido's mother took me to this place, and it's where, fortunately, you have a mother with excellent taste, and so all around this house you'll see the lamps, a lot of the crockery and ceramics are from Guido's mother, chosen by Guido's mother, and from this place which she took me to, and we had to book an appointment because it was just the laboratory.
Beautiful.
Hai visto?
Ma che cos'è questo? Ah, è un tappo.
Zucchero. Isn't that nice?
Yes.
No, but look, it goes upside down.
Yeah, no. I was doing that. Can I?
Sì. Ti piace veramente?
Bello, molto
Perché
bello.
ho pensato questo potrebbe essere utile per la cucina di sopra.
Sì,
E poi...
molto bello. Le belle cose troppo colorate non mi piacciono, quindi
Neanche
questo
a me.
è
No, infatti però...
un pochino più sobrie, mettiamo, rispetto.
Sì, I think with blue and cream or blue and white
Sì,
you
sì.
can't go wrong, no?
Bello.
Ta-da! Caffè!
Wow.
Bello, no?
This is a big
Perché ci manca qua, no?
Sì.
It's vero, it's true that it's not like airtight, but...
The sugar doesn't matter. Yeah, for coffee it's a bit more important.
Sì, but we go through coffee so quickly. Un po' storto? No.
C'ha questi bampettini qui.
Daddy can smooth it, I'm sure. Or maybe are they, no?
It's beautiful. Oh, poi anche se uno non ci mette il caffè, ci mette qualcos'altro, va bene uguale.
Well, I hope so. Ma... I'm sure Daddy can sand that down, no? Or
You
no?
sand it, but then you don't have the...
You risk breaking it.
Then you are on the... Oh, it's beautiful.
Okay.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
Dopo?
Questo piatto. No, il piatto è alla fine. Questo?
Va bene.
Bello.
Vale te.
Bello questo. Beautiful.
You wouldn't believe how much that costs. It was nothing considering how beautiful it is.
But this is hand painted.
No, this was a second or something. There was a thing of seconds because they're like discontinuing the line. Yeah, the handmade, painted, hand everything. Handmade, hand cooked.
Bello.
I love it. I just love it. And imagine, I don't even know where to put this because it could go well here or in the kitchen downstairs. No? Anche even in a bedroom. Look how beautiful. Look at all these little brush strokes. I just love it. Vai.
Wow.
Ok, questi sono un pochino più colorati, però...
Sì, ma non sono colori accesi.
Sì. E poi
Sono sempre molto...
I was thinking that per la cucina giù that you have all the, it's quite dark, so maybe a bit of colour. It would be.
Ammazza sto zucchero.
No? What do you think? And this is farina. Look, they can't see. Farina
E zucchero.
zucchero. Flour and sugar. But this is like for baking, no?
Sì, sì, a voglia sante torte ci fa. Tutti ci stanno 5 kg di
But
farina.
you know how quickly I go through flour though.
Yeah.
And sugar, frankly.
Well, you can put the
when I'm baking.
Yeah, we have the maggot invasion, so you can just put
No.
the
Yeah, but the maggot invasion will be over.
after the snakes.
Yeah.
there's
It's
always
like-
there's
and
always
then they're
something.
going to send locusts and it's
Yeah, and then Moses will open the sea.
I love. And look at these. Look at the rings on the side, so you can grab them. But I think I'm so happy. Do you like it?
Sì, sì, molto bello.
And
Oh. Wow. I don't want to show it. Bello.
piace?
Sì. Molto bello.
Perché sai when we do the big dinner lunches and things, we always need platters. But then also when quando faccio le torte, or most plates, they're not. I piatti non sono piatti. Si dice così, like, no,
Questo non è
sono
piatto.
un po' in pendenza. No, but this is di meno, because I usually cook with a 26 centimeter cake pan. And so
okay.
This is 40 centimeters
Okay.
across, so it
Perfect.
should be.
So you can fit.
So it doesn't have the cake sink down in the middle, you know, like usually if a plate.
This is
big plate.
30. This thing here. So.
She told me it was 40. Ah, questo è
See, no, but let's say the flat area, so the cake will have.
But then, can you imagine how beautiful it's like? Then you bring out a platter, or even for a salad, no? Like a big salad?
Yeah.
You're thinking more meat. I think salad, you're thinking salsiccia.
Or a nice steak. Whatever.
Anyway,
Perfect.
that's it.
Brava.
But I could have got so much more. There are these beautiful ceramic lamps, kind of like that one, but in a beautiful faded yellow. And your mother.
But are they going badly, or they were just cleaning the storage?
They have so much there, and then there's this whole row, this whole aisle of seconds. It said occasioni, just for that they were scontati, they were discounted, and there's just so much. It's so beautiful. Like if you go there, you can't. I could have got.
But these are beautiful. These are not. They look also already old. Like.
And they're not chipped, huh?
No. It's not their ruin. They look that as they were always here. Look,
See?
beautiful.
No, I love them. And look, look how uneven that is. Like I love
There you go.
I love the lines there. See how that's thick. And,
Have you seen inside this
No.
pot? Look how irregular it is.
yeah.
Ora ho capito perché volevi fare questa cosa.
And you might think, okay, this is not something that Guido would be interested in, but actually you have very good taste, and I think it's grazie a tua madre, no? Because
I'm used to have things that are nice around, so magically are there, but
yes,
I realize if I see something that is out of place and say, oh, okay, that's strange.
but we're lucky because I suppose here normally they have the idea of la suocera, that the mother-in-law who maybe has different taste or is not, I don't know, whatever, aligned with what you like, and then in our case we're super lucky because your mother has this beautiful taste, which is also your taste, which is also mine, no?
Yeah, there's no.
Più o meno, more or
Yeah,
less.
we're speaking the same language, that's definitely.
Yeah. I'm so excited about this kitchen. We talked to a little brief update. So we talked to Gianluca, the builder, today.
Yes.
And what did he say about the kitchen?
That we can do it, and we're trying to understand how to find a way of using an old chimney to see if we manage to put a stove or a fireplace. But then we have to see if it's possible doing it. If there's already an old one, I think there's no problem. So that's the next step.
I'm quite excited because we have a kitchen up on this floor. But it doesn't have a lot of space for. Well, it doesn't really have a pantry. It doesn't have a space for my baking stuff. And then often, if I'm filming a recipe, I've got tripods and everything. So it's nice to have a place where we can just I can cook downstairs. And then also we have the dining room, where we entertain and have friends, and downstairs, and the when we're eating outside in the garden, it's useful to have a kitchen downstairs.
Definitely.
Lots to do.
Yeah. Snakes and mice come in, so.
Da 1 a 10, quanto è difficile e costoso riscaldare una casa colonica come questa?
8.
Oh no!